What GPA and test scores do you need to get into UNC Chapel Hill? If you are considering applying to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, you might be curious about the academic standards for admission. Let's break down what you need to know about grade point average and standardized test scores for a successful application. First, it is important to note that UNC Chapel Hill does not set a strict minimum grade point average requirement. However, most students who are admitted have an unweighted high school grade point average between 3.90 and 4.0. This suggests that successful applicants are often among the top students in their classes. The university places a strong emphasis on the rigor of the courses you take. If you have completed honors, advanced placement, international baccalaureate, or dual enrollment classes, that will work in your favor. For the broader University of North Carolina system, the minimum weighted grade point average for consideration is 2.5. However, if your grade point average is below 2 point, you will need to submit standardized test scores to strengthen your application. Now, let's talk about standardized test scores. Currently, UNC Chapel Hill is test optional for the admissions cycle through 2026. This means you can choose whether to submit your SAT or ACT scores. If your weighted grade point average falls between 2.5 and 2.8, you must submit test scores. For applicants with a grade point average of 2.8 or higher, submitting test scores is optional. For those aiming for a competitive edge, successful applicants typically present SAT scores around 1510 or ACT scores near 34. These scores are generally in the 75th percentile of admitted students. While standardized test scores are considered during the admissions process, the university places more importance on your course rigor and grade point average. Beyond grades and test scores, UNC Chapel Hill looks at other aspects of your application. They consider leadership roles, community service, extracurricular activities, essays, letters of recommendation, and personal qualities. The admissions office appreciates applicants who show intellectual curiosity, motivation, and unique talents. Living in North Carolina can also be an advantage in the admissions process. Additionally, if you are a recruited athlete, you may have a better chance due to the university's strong sports programs. To summarize, if you want to have a strong chance of getting into UNC Chapel Hill, aim for an unweighted grade point average close to 4.0 and take challenging courses. If you choose to submit test scores, aim for around 1510 on the SAT or 30 for on the ACT. Lastly, make sure your application reflects your leadership, service, and personal qualities.